I want to thank the German Marshall Fund for organizing this conference and for asking me to host this panel. I also thank our service members and the many representatives from allied nations who are here in the audience today. I am the ranking Democrat member of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform within the House of Representatives. And in that capacity, I have promoted efforts to enhance diversity across the entire federal government spectrum. One of the most critical components of this effort is our goal of enhancing diversity in our nation's military. In 2008, my senator, Senator Ben Cardin, and I would work together with members of Congress to create the Military Leadership Diversity Commission, which was charged with evaluating and issuing recommendations on diversity in the armed forces. In 2011, the commission completed its work and issued a report. Among its findings, the commission concluded that, and I quote, top military leaders are representative neither of the population they serve nor the forces they lead, end of quote. The commission also issued 20 recommendations to enhance diversity and remedy these deficiencies. I said back then, and I said today, is that we can always do better. Last year, we held a congressional forum with members of the commission and the armed forces to obtain status reports on the commission's recommendations. Although there had been some significant progress, we found that many recommendations were placed on standby in a holding pattern, with more than half of the recommendations still under review or in the process of being implemented. And so, to follow up on these findings, I introduced legislation called the Military Leaders Enhancement Act, which required the armed forces to implement many of the commission's recommendations. I'm very thankful this legislation was included in last year's defense authorization bill, which President Obama signed into law. The purpose of today's discussion is not only to hear about the military's ongoing progress in implementing the commission's recommendations, but also to work together to chart a course for progress in the future. As the commission stated in its report last year, the diversity of our service members is the unique strength of our military. I could not agree more. My mother, who was a former sharecropper, used to always tell her 7 children, it is important to go up the ladder, but make sure you don't slip down. I don't want to go backwards. And so, to make sure we don't go backwards, we must make sure that we're consistently moving forward.